Dear students of class 6, I like to discuss today the Mahajanapadas and Janapadas and Mahajanapadas, the 6th chapter. I discussed up to the Vedic civilization, the Vedic age. Now, we like to say that during the 6th century BC, 16 great states or Mahajanapadas emerged in India, in the Gangetic region. You see that we shall discuss how from Janas to Janapadas and Mahajanapadas grew up gradually. The large kingdoms actually that the Aryan lived in the village and several villages formed a Jana, a Gramo and then Gramo into Jana or Janapadas, and it developed around 600 BC. Meanwhile, you know that these Janapadas grew all over the Ganga valley, and one factor was for the rise of the Janapadas was the discovery of iron. In the later Vedic period, iron was discovered, which helped to clear the jungles or forests. Also, it helped in the development of agriculture. We know that gradually the land was cleared and it was made fit for cultivation. The people now began to settle in many places, like the bigger settlements developed in UP, Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. And also, thus we see that the tribal kingdoms gradually, that is at that time they were called different tribes, like the Puru, Jodu, Turbasa, Bharat, etc. These tribal kingdoms came to be known as Janapadas, and these later, when the area was extended, larger kingdoms were established, that it was known as Mahajanapadas. Jana means people, Pada means feet. So, where the people set there, established the feet, that is called Janapadas. Jana means people, Pada means feet. So, we learn about the 16 Mahajanapadas from Buddhist and Jain texts. Buddhist and Jain texts mention about the 16 Mahajanapadas. They are namely Kashi, Koshal, Avanti, Surasana, Asmaka, Gandhara, Kamboja, Malla, Chedi, Asmaka, etc. Of the 16 great states, one was situated in South India. Only kingdom. Its name was Asmaka. Asmaka it is situated in South India. It was situated beside the Godavari river. It is the only kingdom. Otherwise, all the kingdoms were situated in northern India. Now, of these kingdoms, I can say that the Mahajanapadas, the 16 Mahajanapadas can be classified into two groups. So they are known as Republican and Monarchical. Republican Mahajanapadas and Monarchical Mahajanapadas. What was Republican Mahajanapadas? When a group of people elected by when a group of people are nobles elected by the people rule the country, they are known as Republican Mahajanapadas. Then namely Republican Mahajanapadas. Then namely Malla and Bajji. Malla and Bajji. For example, there are other Republican Mahajanapadas also there, and we see that so what I say that Republican Mahajanapadas is ruled by a group of people, council of nobles, elected by the people. While the monarchical Mahajanapadas, that is the Magadha, Kashi, Kosala, Avanti, Gandhara, etc. These Mahajanapadas ruled by monarch. Monarch was actually he actually ascended the throne, and his right was hereditary, and he ruled the kingdom. Monarch was the supreme ruler, he ruled the kingdom, and he was assisted by council of ministers. However, he had a large army under him, etc. Now, one example of the most powerful Mahajanapadas was Magadha. Magadha was the most powerful of the Magadha. Later we shall discuss how Magadha defeated other monarchical powers and emerged as supreme power or most important power in northern India. Now, what are the important features? Now, what are the important aspects or features of the growth of the Mahajanapadas? Important features of the Mahajanapadas. Number one, growth of cities. We see that already I mentioned that iron was introduced in the later Vedic age. As a result, the forest was cleared, urbanization began, cities were developed, and people see that began to live in different cities were established already. So it is we see that the Avanti, we see that the Kausambi, Magad, many other cities also gradually flourished. And not only the cities or urbanization began, agriculture also became important aspect of this life. Agriculture developed due to the introduction of iron tools. Iron tools also, like the plowshare, iron plowshare, hose, helped in the development of cultivation, and with the development of the irrigation system. And also, so this is how we see that agriculture gradually became the most important aspect of this time. We know that the paddy, wheat, paddy, particularly as they began to grow in large numbers. See that this is how the agriculture economic development, agricultural economy flourished during this time, and people became very prosperous and rich. Administration. Mahajana administration was ruled by, generally the monarchical kingdom was ruled by the king, and administration was actually, the king was the head of the administrative, he was the head of the administration, and he was assisted by council of ministers. And we see that regarding we can see that he had maintained a large army and established a vast empire gradually. We see that. Meanwhile, you see that he collected revenue from the people. It is called, one type of revenue was 1/6 of the total produce was collected from the farmers as bhago, known as bhago. B-H-A-G-A. Bhago. So, besides the other different types of taxes were collected, the bhago means actually share. Bhago means S-H-A-R-E, share. It means, bhago means share. Now, we can see that the people had to give taxes who are involved in different crafts and professions. They had to pay several types of taxes. And however, these type of taxes were collected by the king, and it was also, this type of revenue was also used for the welfare of the people. Now, trade and remarkable development. We see that during this period, there was a remarkable development in trade and commerce. People used punched mark coins, P-U-N-C-H-M-A-R-K-E-D, punched mark coins. This is the first coin in ancient India, first coin used by the people or monarchs, particularly traders, and it was very, you see that it was also made of metal and metal like silver and copper, and generally the gold is very rare. However, gold also used, the silver and also copper type of coins are found abundantly in Magadha and also in other kingdoms. So the traders also used this thing. Moreover, there was also guild. Guild system. Guild. Guild means actually association of merchants. Guild means an association of merchants and craftsmen. Guild means an association of merchants and organization. Association means association of merchants and craftsmen who actually established this guild or Shrenis. It was also known as Shrenis. 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 In order to protect the interest of the merchants and craftsmen. So this is the, moreover, we can see that the social life of the people. The society was, in the later Vedic age, we see society was divided into 4 castes or 4 varnas. The caste system, you know, the Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras. Brahmins were engaged in worship, and moreover the Kshatriyas engaged in, you see that they protected the country from foreign power, and the Vaishyas were engaged in farming and also trade and commerce, and Shudras who served the other people. However, there are 4 divisions of Varnas: Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. Now, next question is that rise of Magadha as an imperial power. Already I mentioned earlier that of the 16 great states, Magadha emerged most powerful. So, Magadha, what are the reasons or factors led to the development or rise of Magadha as an imperial power? So, as a monarchical power. Now, the first one is nearness to river. It was situated at the confluence of Ganga and Son river, and which is made a natural barrier. Moreover, it meant, now we see that the iron and copper, there is a great deposit of minerals and iron and copper, which they used for making weapons and also made the country very rich and powerful. Thick forest, it is surrounded by thick forest and jungles where wild elephants are found in large numbers. Wild elephants are found in large numbers in the thick forest, which is in and around Magadha, which can be tamed easily, and these elephants were used in warfare. The wild elephants were later, which were tamed, and later it was used in warfare. Next was natural barrier. Magadha was surrounded by 5 hills. The large 5 hills which are almost impenetrable. And naturally, it made the natural barrier, it acted as a natural barrier in see that around in Magadha. Now, powerful rulers. Many powerful rulers ascended the kingdom. They are namely Bimbisar. See that I can mention the name of Ajasatru, and see that many other, say the Bimbisar and all Ajasatru, and also I can mention many other similar rulers who are very powerful, and it is said the Bimbisar was the first ruler of the dynasty. He established a vast kingdom, and after his death, the Ajasatru became the ruler. Ajasatru also was one of the greatest ruler of the dynasty, and he also established a vast kingdom. Thus I see that under the leadership of Bimbisar and Ajasatru and Udayi, later Udayi, Magadha emerged as a very powerful kingdom. So these are the factors which led to the development of Mahajanapadas in ancient time. So next day, so this is the end of this chapter. That is however, another important thing is that I like to mention, that is one that already I have mentioned earlier, Bajji, Malla and Bajji, the 2 tribal kingdoms. They are very powerful. They are very powerful and ruled by the people. It is the people who elected a group of, say that the council of nobles who ruled the country on behalf of the people. So the idea of republican rule was prevalent at that time. You know that this is how we see that the people are very democratic, people enjoy democratic rights in the republican kingdom. So this is the most glorious episode of the ancient Indian history. So thank you all.